So this is my G35 Coupe. I've owned it for just about 8 years. I drove it as my daily driver, bone stock, for probably about 4 years. So as far as exterior mods, I have this carbon fiber duckbill from Outcast Garage. Fitment is great. Wheels, I have the SSR SP5s, 19 by 11 and 19 by 10 in the front. Paint is mostly original. The side skirts are aftermarket. The bumper was replaced, and the passenger door was resprayed as well. But otherwise, black paint from 2005. Impulse side skirts, honestly not at all happy with these. Those will probably be gone in the future. This side fits great, but paint doesn't stick to them very well, and the other side does not fit at all. JDM clear corners, those actually were the only thing that came with the car when I got it. Spec D headlights. A lot of people tell me to get Spec Ds because they're not aware that they come in chrome. I think it gives it a nice OEM plus look. I also did a LED swap on them. Just a front lip. I'm pretty sure it's eBay. Spec D OEM style front grille. And wiper blade delete, if you consider that a mod. But that's it. Pretty simple. Future plans, I want to do possibly Nismo side skirts and front bumper. But that's about it. I like it simple. Not too much done to the interior. Grip Royal steering wheel. NRG quick release. The cruise control bracket is made by GK Tech. Mishimoto shift knob with GK Tech shifter springs, and a custom mount for the airlift controller. Up front we have the OEM Brembo calipers with the Z1 sprinkle slotted two-piece rotors. Braided lines as well from Z1. Had my OEM subframe powder coated. We have white lined polyurethane bushings in the front. I'd like to do SPL at some point. SPL tie rod ends. Hotchkiss sway bars with SPL end links. Also have a sole function front lower tie bar with the Z1 skid plate. Have the airlift performance struts with the SPC upper control arms. Again, I'll have SPL one day when I'm rich. Rear caliper setup is the same. OEM Brembos, Z1 rotors. Airlift performance struts. I actually have the SPL arm here ready to be installed. I'm just waiting until I need another alignment basically. Subframe support is also powder coated. Hotchkiss sway bars again. SPL end links. SPL camber arm. So we have the Motordyne TDX2 exhaust. Have this sole function tie brace. Z1 solid diff bushings. GK Tech diff brace, which I think is pretty cool. It's super easy to install, and it allows me to run this brace with no clearance issues. Speaking of clearance issues, I had my Motordyne cut up, some pie cuts done so that it would fit with the bigger sway bars and all the other stuff I have going on. This is a white line W brace, just to replace the factory one. Those tend to rust out and crumble to paper basically. Further up we have the sole function chassis brace, but that is Motordyne's resonated muffler delete. Have the Z1 polyurethane trans mount, even though you can't see it, it's up there. Motordyne arc pipes. with just stock headers. That's the TBW aluminum bell housing cover, I believe they call it. Another angle of some of the suspension goodies. It's a Cetrav oil cooler kit, full kit's from Z1. So this is where the list gets a little bit long, and I'm sure I'm gonna forget something, but I'll try my best. OEM battery cover, the JDM one. Actually did rib nuts to replace the pop clips on the battery covers, the window cowling, and even the grill. NRG hood struts. Also an NRG strut tower bar. The bar itself came polished, but I had to get that done. This plate in the front is sold by TBW. I believe it's called a radiator cooling plate, and that's actually finished in chrome, as well as the latch. For cooling, we have the braided hose set, Koyo radiator with Mishimoto slim fans, shaved and chromed coolant hard lines, both sides, and then you can barely see this one. Full wire tuck. Headlight harnesses are run through the fenders. Alternator harness is run down there. And the main engine harness is everywhere, to be honest. Coil pack covers. K&N breather, because you know this thing burns oil. Did a idler pulley delete. Z1 lightweight crank pulley. This is all polished, with the exception of some of the smaller covers being chromed. Tomei fill cap. Little Z-spec design dipstick handle. Polished throttle body, manifold. That's the Furuki 3.5 inch intake. I extended it down because I didn't really want to add a heat shield or box or anything, but also wanted it to run cooler, so that works. The power steering and coolant reservoirs are tucked under here. Normally there's a bracket here for a fuel line, which I ended up deleting and then just plugged in the damper straight to the fuel rail. Same way the other side is. That's about all I can think of as far as the engine bay goes. I'll definitely think of more things when I'm editing, but it is what it is. Car makes about $275 to the wheels, nothing crazy. It's just bolt-ons. Future plans for the engine, I want to do just a standard NA build. Cams, pistons, higher compression. Just to gain a little bit of power and make it reliable. And yeah, that's about it. My goal was to make a car that looks good, drives well, and while it has a lot of modifications, it doesn't look overdone, at least to me.